Okay, start things off. My low yesterday. I guess my low yesterday was the fact it was really hot out. Like, unbearably hot out, almost. Like, seriously, I think I must have drank more water in the span of an hour than I have in, like, the whole rest of this week. Let's see, my high yesterday was that I talked to my mom last night. So that was nice. Yeah, expect going forward, like if nothing else, my high is most likely going to be talking to my family. And my act of kindness. Let's see. I went shopping at Wegmans, and I was done shopping, and I took my card out to my car, and put my groceries into my car, and I see someone walking by. He didn't have a card, so I'm like, sir, if I'm done using this card if you would like to use it. He said, I'm not going to be using a cart like that because I have like one of those, the cart I had was one of those sort of small looking ones where it's like a basket on like the very bottom of your feet and then like another basket like on top, kind of like you would see in a normal shopping cart, only like a double basket shopping cart, I guess that's called. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not going to be using a cart like that, but I can take it back for you. So, nothing else. I think it's the thought that counts. So, yeah. Actually, you know what? I take the low. My low would be, actually, I wouldn't really consider this a low, but, actually, before I continue, happy Friday, everybody. But, I did ask in my family's group text message chat thing that we're doing, if we're going to be doing, Zoom chats again, like what we were doing before. And for now, it's going to have to be a negatory for actually several good reasons. One, all those Zoom chats were, leading up to, our big family get together, that we just had. So to really do that again, it'd be a little too soon. Plus, as of this recording, my aunt and my uncle are still driving to Colorado. So even if we want to have one stay tonight, they're probably not even there. So, there's that. Not to mention, when we started doing those Zoom chats, it really was during, the quarantine, social distancing. Basically when we all couldn't be together in person. I say we as a society. Because I've said many times so far, my family on my mother's side are from Colorado, Massachusetts, both Reading and Wellesley. Like, let's be honest, we're about as far apart as humanly possible. Well, technically no, because we'd have to be directly on the coordinates that lead to the exact other side of the world. But my point is, we're far enough away where we don't really need to worry about social distancing. But at the same time, we do want to see and talk to each other. That's why we had those Zoom chats to begin with. So, between that and the fact we just saw each other, and again, those Zoom chats were done out of, necessity. And since we don't really know how shut off everyone's going to be from now on, because, we're still technically in that social distancing phase. COVID-19 is still a problem even now. It's hard to really say, like, how different things are going to be going forward. So, as much as I really want to see and talk to my family again, and believe me, they all feel the same, it's for the best that, at least for now, we put a halt on the Zoom chats. Just for now. We're not looking to do anything, crazy and, strenuous. And plus, who knows, maybe maybe we'll be able to physically see each other sooner than we think. I mean, if it were up to me, I'd see him every day. But that's just simply not how it works. And I'm okay with that. Actually, if everyone in my family had their way, we'd see each other every day. But no, but again, that's just simply not how it works. So, for now, I'll have to grin, bear it, and just be thankful that I had a wonderful weekend, wonderful 4th of July weekend at all. Because, some people simply aren't fortunate enough to have that. Whether they spent the holiday by themselves or maybe they just simply don't enjoy 4th of July as well, who knows. But I can at least say that I'm grateful that, the time I spent with my family was time very, very, very well spent. And while the reasoning as to why we're together is both wonderful and sad, because remember, it was, the passing of my grandfather, I can at least say that we can move on in some way. I mean, we're always going to be thinking about him because, that's what family does. But we can definitely, take one day at a time and, hopefully, should another person in my family pass, it'll be a very, 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 very long time before it happens. So, January 21st, 2020 was when my grandfather passed. So here's to hoping that, at the very least a year goes by before anything else happens. Again, if it were up to me, no one would ever die, but, that's not how it works. Death is a part of life. You gotta accept it. Anyway, enough about that. How about we get into yesterday's episode of Hot Ones, which featured Eric Andre, which was very surprising. Because for the first time, even though Eric Andre ended his thing early, he's not the one who quit. Sean Evans was the one who's like, dude, let's just stop it here. I mean, because technically Eric Andre did it before. In fact, again, he's been like one of the very first episodes of he was one of the very first episodes of Hot Ones. So he's been through the gauntlet. He knows exactly, what he had to do. And also, the sauces in season 12 are much, 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 much hotter than, I think season 2 Eric Andre was in. Season 1 or season 2? That's how early it was. So, yeah, needless to say, it was obviously going to be harder for him to finish. But I think, because here's the thing, when a guest on Hot Ones legitimately wants to stop, they are on the wall of shame, which, no one wants. If I was ever on Hot Ones, I would do everything in my power to power on through. No wall of shame for me. But if Sean says, okay, dude, let's stop it here. You did great. I mean, no one can take away what you did so far. You were awesome. So, again, Eric Andre already did it, but should a celebrity who hasn't already done it, has been told by Sean, dude, let's end it here, no wall of shame for them. Because Sean is the host of the show. He's the one who, is sort of not enforcing rules, but definitely sort of, being your guide, your Sherpa, I can't think of a third word, but yeah, sort of a guide through, the 10 sauces of, Hot Ones. So, even though a lot of people are probably calling Eric Andre to be on the wall of shame now, he already did it once. He really doesn't need to do it again. If anything, that's technically one thing I'm surprised I haven't seen a lot of people mention. Because Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura have both done it twice, and they made it through. technically they didn't really need to do it again. At this point, they're technically showboating. That's what it is. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's still hard. And the sauces they had their second time around were, again, much hotter than the previous seasons they were on. Bert Kreischer was definitely season 2, and Tom Segura was season 6. So, it's not like it'd be like a cakewalk for them. I mean, actually, by all accounts, it wasn't a cakewalk for them the first time they did it. But, it was still makes for good entertainment, I suppose. I didn't even get into talking about what Sean and Eric Andre talked about. One particular question I remember they talked about, well, obviously, of course, Sean would ask, how is, a stand-up game, been different for those who were affected by COVID-19. I mean, let's be honest, that's gotta be, at this point, because of everything going on, that has to be the obligatory first question, as it probably should be. Other than that, we talked about Eric Andre's new special, Legalize It. They talked about how, Eric Andre loved a certain show whose name I can't technically say, even though I've said it before. They talked about how, doing a prank can be fun, but there actually is, a means of, sort of going too far. And, there was one set of questions, which is Sean likes to say it's a new segment on the show, even though technically he sort of made this, technically he sort of made this up. But the new segment is called Legalize It, which they looked at, which Sean and the good folks over at Hot Ones looked up several really obscure laws in different areas of the world. It could be a different state, it could be a different country, even a different continent, who knows. It's a strange law that, has been passed, and Eric Andre just simply had to say, should we legalize that law or illegalize it? If it is legal, who knows? Do we legalize it is what the joke is. That's actually a really clever idea, because that really does, sort of lead to a lot of entertaining things. One example was apparently in the state of Washington, hunting or killing Bigfoot can lead up to 5 years in federal prison. I think that's how it goes. Or maybe it's just 5 years in regular prison. But the point is you go to jail for 5 years. So, do we, legalize it? And Eric Andre's like, yeah, legalize the hunting and killing of Bigfoot. Because let's be honest, that law was made as sort of a joke, but also in sort of seriousness, because on the one hand, no one has been able to confirm if Bigfoot is even real. But at the same time, should he be real? Don't go hunting and killing animals, especially if it isn't, that animal's particular hunting season. Plus, what if Bigfoot is the only one of his or her kind? You'd be essentially killing off an entire species, and, we certainly don't want that. So, yeah, I get the logic behind why it's there. That makes sense, right? Anyway, other than that, nothing really major going on. I'm going to be seeing my folks for the first time since I've seen them, on Monday. Just my mother and father, of course. And, yeah. Again, as of right now, 2 of 3 of my mom's siblings' families have made it home safely, both from Massachusetts, with the last one, as of this moment in time, actually, I think it's this moment, it's 6, actually, you know what, if they are, in a different time zone, they're probably asleep at this hour, because it's only, 20 of 7 in the morning, so, Gosh, it's probably really early if they actually made it back to Mountain Time. But yeah, so they're still on their way back to Colorado. You know, I'm hoping that they are safe, and you know, other than that, time to simply do the normal outro. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button. You know, follow me on the social media platforms. You know, turn on those notifications on YouTube by ringing that little bell. I am very humble to make this video for all of you guys who watch. Enjoy for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. If you guys want to talk or channel with me here, to lend you, and I'll always be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.